Hello there and welcome. This is News Plus on Viewer Television. I am Aliyu Abdullahi. President Bola Tinubu earlier yesterday swore in Dr. Musa Aliyu as substantive chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, following his confirmation by the Senate. Aliyu took the oath of office in the Council Chamber, Presidential Villa, Abuja, venue of the Federal Executive Council meeting. Recall that on October 16, 2023, Tinubu appointed Aliyu alongside Mr. Clifford Okpara-Audu, Secretary to the Commission, ICPC. While the office of chairman requires confirmation by the Nigerian Senate, the position of secretary to the commission does not. Aliyu, who has served as the Attorney General of Jigawa State since September 2019, holds bachelor, master's and doctorate degrees in law. He was also named as a senior advocate of Nigeria designate in October 2023. The president also swore in the chairman of the Federal Civil Service Commission, Professor Tunji Olaupa. Olaupa took the oath of office alongside 11 other members of the commission. With the recent spike in the cost of pharmaceutical products nationwide, the menace of fake and substandard drug has also hit a new record, raising fresh poses on the regulatory duties of the National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC. Perception from health professionals suggests that cases of illnesses, disabilities and even deaths may not be unconnected with the influx of counterfeit and inferior drugs selling at premium. Findings, however, show that NAFDAC is just as handicapped as the poorly regulated drug market. The agency is battling the challenges of inadequate staff strength, poor funding, and inefficient post-market surveillance of registered drugs. Besides paying salaries, the regulatory agency has very little left for relevant capital ventures to effectively police 58,020 registered products and a rash of drug markets nationwide. It will be recalled that a recent report by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime estimated that substandard drugs kill 500,000 persons in sub-Saharan Africa each year. And the Comptroller General of Immigration, Caroline Wurola Adepoju, has officially announced the promotion of the Service Public Relations Officer at Dedo 2 Aridegbe to the rank of Comptroller of Immigration, and 4,851 other personnel of the service who participated in the 2023 promotion exercise. The promotion details were conveyed through a letter from the Civil Defense, Correctional, Fire and Immigration Service Board. CDC FIB/S 3 LIV 75 dated 4th August 2023. The Comptroller General announced earlier this week at the service headquarters while decorating the newly promoted Assistant Comptroller General and Comptroller of Immigration. A peep into breakdown of the promotion showed that a total of 18 controllers of the immigration got promoted to the rank of Assistant Controllers General of Immigration. And yet again, Minister of Aviation Festus Keyamo has said airlines will start to compensate passengers for delayed or cancelled flights by January 2024. Keyamo said this earlier this week at the Joint National Assembly Committee on Aviation, where he defended his ministry's budget for the 2024 fiscal year. He gave assurance that a list of airlines that delayed or cancelled flights will be published in the media every week, which is part of the compensation scheme. He explained that the decision to publish the names of airlines that delay or cancel flights on a weekly was taken during their stakeholders meeting in Lagos and a retreat in Warri. Also, as part of compensation move, he proposed that a discount should be deducted from the flight tickets of airlines that delayed passengers as part of the compensation. Keyamo stated the best option to develop Nigeria Airport is through concession to investors. And on policy review, the House of Representative Committee on Environment has pledged to address environmental degradation through legislation and policy review. The chairman of the committee, Rep. Julius Pondi, made the pledge at the inaugural meeting of the committee in Abuja. The environment, in turn, influences human life in various ways, providing favorable or challenging conditions for survival and development. Chairman of the committee, in his inaugural speech, noted the environment had been subjected to very unkind conditions and that constituents are suffering the consequences. According to the chairman of the committee, we need immediate transformational changes in every sector to ensure a change.
Very unkind conditions, and our constituents and constituencies are suffering the consequences. Flood, pollution, erosion, deforestation, and all kind of disaster is on the increase as the year go by, and this call for urgent steps to be taken to forestall further degradation. Globally, countries are making frantic efforts to salvage and remedy what is left in the environment, and I'm glad to say that Nigeria is following suit. We need immediate transformational changes in every sector to ensure this change. On our part as a committee, we shall be looking into laws that need to be amended and policies that have stayed their relevance, and see how we can bring about positive changes and solutions to the challenges staring at us.
Pondi pledged that the committee shall discharge its mandate with all sense of responsibility, guided by the legislative agenda of the 10th Assembly. In another development, the National Assembly Library is set to be commissioned December 16th. Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Legislative Library, Research and Documentation stated this yesterday during the inaugural meeting at the National Assembly. Galambi lauded the previous Assembly for initiating the construction of a befitting modern library for foremost legislative body in Nigeria.
On parliamentary conferences, training, seminars, and capacity building attended by members and the staff of the House of Representatives. Ensuring that the National Assembly Library is well maintained and stocked with relevant and up-to-date materials in aid of the House to function maximally.
Committee, though relatively new, also called for provision of information that will also facilitate proper legislative engagement, strengthening not just resolutions and bills passed by the National Assembly, but can also stand the test of time. We'll be going on a short break. Please stay tuned.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm at the Envoy Hotel, Diplomatic Drive 305. Here for a business weekend. It's been an amazing stay. Conference hall and business facilities here are stylish and innovative. The Envoy Hotel is luxury, esoteric, opulence, for ultimate comfort.
Discerning travelers, we are more than just a place to stay. We are an icon of comfort, style, and thoughtful luxury. We are Envoy Hotel.
Welcome back if you're just joining us. This is News Sports on Viewer Television. On data protection, the federal government, through the Nigerian Data Protection Commission, NDPC, launched the Nigerian Data Protection Strategic Roadmap and Action Plan, NDP-SRAP 2023-2027 in Abuja. The action plan is expected to generate over 125 billion naira in revenues, with about 500,000 jobs expected to be created. The National Commissioner of the NDPC, Dr. Vincent Olatunji, at the launch said that the NDP-SRAP and the training were important to enable the Commission to achieve its mandate of having a robust data protection sector. The launch of the 5-pillar NDP-SRAP was held concurrently with a capacity-building workshop on data privacy and protection for data protection officers. The 5 pillars are governance, ecosystem and technology, human capital development, cooperation and collaboration, as well as funding and sustainability. And the World Bank has said that the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, widely accused of being the most opaque oil company globally, needs to be transparent as the government drives reforms to achieve its renewed hope agenda. It said such transparency should help ensure accuracy in the profits and oil revenues to be remitted to the Federation account. The bank also asked Nigeria to curb inflation, boost revenues, and drive economic growth as part of urgent reforms that are now needed to return the economy to a sustainable path. These recommendations are contained in the World Bank's latest Nigeria's Development Update, NDU, themed Turning the Corner from Reforms and Renewed Hope to Results, launched in Abuja on Wednesday. As measures to curb inflation and stabilize the forex market, the World Bank advised the Central Bank of Nigeria to tighten monetary policy further. On social development, the Minister of Women Affairs, Uju Kennedy, has revealed that the ministry in recent time has spent over $10 million on frivolous meetings. The minister stated this at the Women Stakeholders Conference organized by the House Committee on Women Affairs and Social Development. She described most women meetings as unimpactful and highly wasteful, insisting that going forward, she will no longer partner with advocacy groups. She added that while many Nigerians toil day and night to survive the harsh economic situation of the country, Nigeria's Ministry of Women Affairs engages in wasteful spendings.
Do you know they take me unawares? They can barge into my office and ask the ministry, show me all the monies you have spent, where you spent it. I want to look at it. What does it bring? Blabbing. Because majority of the monies have been spent on frivolities. Speaking English, going for meetings, $10 million could be spent on just meetings, advocacies, travelings, and we're seeing it. Instead of us to focus on it, what all of us are doing, please include me, I want to go. So that they get something. That little money you get and your country is going down by the day. Nobody cares. Until we focus on those issues, talk to ourselves, and then the government, the way the committee is working, I'm pleading with them to work on changing the policies.
Speaker of the House of Representatives, who was represented by the Deputy Chief Whip of the House, Adewumi Onanuga, said the Green Chamber has taken deliberate effort in ensuring that women are given special treatment as enshrined in the 10th House Legislative Agenda.
Representatives has taken deliberate steps to give prominent place to women in the 10th House Legislative Agenda. This conference is an opportunity to advance various strategies to drive the vision for which the We Win was initiated, and I thank the organizers of the conference for putting it together.
In addition, we cannot underscore the presence of women in Parliament. Women participation is not just a matter of diversity and inclusion, but a fundamental necessity for the effective functioning of our democratic institutions. Women bring unique perspective and experience to the table, which are essential for crafting policies that truly reflect the needs and aspirations of all.
The minister, however, warned women advocacy group not to come to our office, insisting that visit is a way of encouraging waste within the system. and the United States Agency for International Development Fund Breakthrough Action Nigeria have held a community engagement meeting with stakeholders in commemoration of the 2023 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence in Bauchi State, Northeast Nigeria. The aim of the meeting was to enlighten the public, particularly religious and traditional leaders, about their roles in helping to address issues around gender-based violence, as well as other harmful traditional practices in the society. Our Bauchi State correspondent Awal Hassan completes the story.
The 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence is an international campaign to challenge violence against women and girls, which runs every year from 25th November to 10 December. As Nigeria joins the rest of the world to celebrate the day, USAID Breakthrough Action Nigeria holds a one-day community engagement meeting with stakeholders in Bauchi with the aim of enlightening the public on gender-based violence and other harmful traditional practices. In her remarks, Chairperson of Bauchi Local Government, Hajia Zainab Babantako, calls on the relevant stakeholders to play a crucial role.
I want to use this opportunity to call all government, non-governmental organizations, CBOs, traditional and religious leaders, individuals, and family to focus on investing more in different preventive strategies to stop violence from its beginning and to foster community support and empowerment.
She, however, emphasizes the need to speak out loud in order to foster positive changes on gender-based violence in the society.
Gender-based violence is evitable and preventable. Let's amplify our voices, ignite changes together in order to pave the way for a future society where every individual feels safe, respected, and valued regardless of their gender.
Earlier, the state coordinator of USAID-funded Breakthrough Action Nigeria reiterates the need to fight poverty, which according to him is the root cause of gender-based violence. Unless we fight poverty, gender-based violence will continue to happen. We must be able to fight poverty between both sexes. If not, there will be a serious problem. We have seen it severally. The theme for this year's 16 Days of Activism is Invest to Prevent Violence Against Women and Girls. Awal Hassan, Viewer TV News, Bauchi.
On improving agriculture in the country, the British International Investment BII, the United Kingdom's Development Finance Institution and impact investor, has concluded plans to invest $15 million in equity into a Singapore-headquartered agricultural commodities trading house, Valency International. Announcing this in a statement yesterday, BII said that the fund was for the expansion and processing and warehouse infrastructure in Nigeria. According to the organization, the transaction is subject to regulatory approval and is expected to close in early 2024. The firm said in addition to its commitment of $15 million, BII has the option to invest a further $35 million in equity into Valency within 2 years of completion of its initial investment. The support is expected to create up to 2,800 jobs for low-income workers across the country. It will also provide market access indirectly to a further 60,000 smallholder farmers and boost agricultural output and export. And on news around the world, the Hamas-run health ministry in the Gaza Strip said it had exhausted its supply of children's vaccine, warning of catastrophic health repercussions. The announcement came more than 2 months into the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza, as international aid organizations have warned about the dire conditions in the crowded Palestinian territory. The ministry did not specify which vaccination had run out, and its claim could not be independently verified. Tedros Ghebreyesus, head of World Health Organization, warned earlier this week that Gaza's health system is on its knees and collapsing, with 14 of 36 hospitals only partially functioning and supplies running low. The risk is expected to worsen with the deterioration situation and the approaching winter condition, he said. The Gaza Health Ministry called on international institutions to deliver urgently needed vaccine to prevent disaster. And British lawmakers have voted to support the government's plan to send some asylum seekers on a one-way trip to Rwanda, keeping alive a policy that has angered human rights groups and cost the United Kingdom at least $300 million without a single flight getting off the ground. The House of Commons voted 313 to 269 to approve the government's Rwanda bill in principle, sending it on for further scrutiny. The results averted defeat that would have left Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's authority shredded and his government teetering. It buys Sunak some breathing space but tees up further wrangling in the coming weeks. The bill seeks to overcome a ruling by the UK Supreme Court that the plan to send migrants who reach Britain across the English Channel in boats to Rwanda, where they would stay permanently, is illegal. The safety of Rwanda Asylum and Immigration Bill faces criticism both from conservative centrists who think it skirts with breaking international law and from lawmakers on the party's right hardliners who say it doesn't go far enough to ensure migrants who arrive in the UK without permission can be deported. Sierra Leone's police chief has said that ex-president Ernest Bai Koroma was a suspect in the organization of the November 26th events described by the government as an attempted coup. The Inspector General of Police has confirmed that former President Ernest Bai Koroma is a suspect in the ongoing investigation into the November 26th coup attempt. The government then said in a message on social network, Mr. Koroma, who led Sierra Leone from 2007 to 2018, was questioned for the fourth time on Tuesday by police in Freetown. The government had announced on Saturday that he had been placed under a regime akin to house arrest. According to the Sierra Leonean authorities, some of Mr. Koroma's former guards are suspected of involvement in the arrest of November 26. They have published a new list of 54 wanted persons, including ex-President Koroma's daughter, in connection with this event. According to Minister of Information, the security forces also recovered 29 of the 47 assault rifles and 5 of the 7 rocket launchers belonging to the suspected coup plotters. And all French soldiers deployed in Niger as part of the fight against jihadism will have left the country by December 22nd, announced the military regime that came to power in the coup in Niamey. The final stage of a departure that began in October. By December 22nd, all French soldiers and all their logistical equipment would have definitely left Niger, said the Nigerian Armed Forces in a statement. This is the culmination of a deep divorce between France and Niger since the generals came into power in Niamey in a coup on July 26. They quickly demanded the departure of the 1,500 French soldiers deployed to fight the jihadists and denounced several military agreements signed with Paris. After a long standoff, France agreed, and Emmanuel Macron announced that the withdrawal will be completed by the end of the year. Earlier this week, the Nigerian army stated that the process of disengaging French troops is continuing so far in a coordinated manner and complete safety. Thank you for joining us. That's all we have for you on News Plus. Do have a wonderful day.